We're going to dive straight into it. Of course, Cato, let's start with you, I suppose. Rugby Championship, we're wrapping up the Rugby Championship. Springbok supporters in the house, make some noise. I'll test your Bafana knowledge a little bit later as well. But of course, Rugby Championship winners, I'm the first one to say, actually, if you watched the podcast from a couple of weeks ago, I was the first one to say we need some fresh blood, we need new people in place. Rassie can't be the head coach and the director of rugby. In what business do you have the director of rugby that's also sort of, what business do you have the CEO that's also the MD? It was a whole weird thing for me. That was just after we lost to Australia. And then I think Rassie went on and made a couple of changes. And I'm the first one to say that I think, I called it wrongly. I think the right people are there. I think what the fresh blood I was referring to was the changes that he made on the field. When he started moving guys like Sasha to fly off and, Damien Willemse at 12, we really saw a fresh, different look to our Springbok side and they performed really well. How would you wrap up the Rugby Championship, Cato? All in all, what is it? I think we got 2 losses, one against Australia, one against New Zealand at Eden Park, which we haven't won there in ages. Positive taking it into the end of year tour, which is in a month's time.
Well, firstly, you were wrong. Let's just establish that. Morgan was wrong.
Fair enough.
I do think Rassie watched the video and actually made all those
and it sparked
changes.
some change there. But to sum up the Rugby Championship, well, I think our main goal there was to win the Rugby Championship and also get our ranking improved for the World Rugby Draw that will be happening on the 3rd of December. The Rugby World Cup draw, obviously. The higher we place on the World Rugby rankings, the better our draw will be for the World Cup coming up in 2027 in Australia. It's exactly, I think, 2 years or just under 2 years to go. So those 2 boxes were checked. Also to bleed in some new talent, a bigger squad. There's no doubt in my mind that we've got the biggest depth in rugby, that quality in the world. And but the problem is if we don't cash in on it and tap into it, and that's what Rassie and Tony Brown and Stalker and Donnie Mann have all done meticulously, is to tap into that, get those names that you not always see, the prominent ones, not just the Sashas but the Jan Hendrik Wessels, those guys, bringing them into the fold. So I think from that aspect, that's a very successful rugby championship. But we know it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. And it would be nice to win pretty once and not have to dig deep and grit and be tough and go look for it somewhere. But we'll get there. And Rassie was not happy with that victory, even though we did see his posts on social media. I'm sure we did. The Brandewyn was looping. As we know, Rassie, he's authentically himself, and I think that's also the beautiful part of this specific Springbok squad and this era we are in at the moment. Also, shout out to Skilisi, who's become the most, he's got 15 wins in the Rugby Championship, the most of any captain we've ever had, just above John Smith. So, just that, absolutely amazing stuff. Yeah,
the Springbok side breaking records week in and week out now, every year. What's he on, 98 caps now? I think he's also the most capped Springbok captain.
Yeah, 98. He played his 98 this last match, so...
Yeah, very interesting to see Rassie talking a lot about getting combinations right and not just, sort of the Damien Adelendis and the Jesse Creel in senses. Now we've got the ability to play Damien Willemse at 12. We've got obviously the Kane and Moody that's been now played a couple of games together at 13. So the depth in combinations for the Springboks really, really looking good. And you look like you want to talk something about the Springboks. I wasn't planning on going to you, but
no. I was, Couture just took the words right out of my mouth. Whatever she said, I was going to say exactly that.
That's pretty much how the podcast goes.
Convenient.
Just with a deeper voice.
You're welcome. I can go deep, I think, but no, it was cool to see. Any favorite players that stood out for you, Adrian?
Do you know who stood out for me, actually? And I've been backing him for a while, so I'm happy to see it. It was Kobus Reinach, okay? I've always said if we want someone at 9 who can give us a good consistent performance, it's him. We've been turning to him a lot coming off the bench, but I was glad to see him, especially for these last few matches, sort of starting at 9. Is he now? We were talking a lot about Grant Williams being the next number 9. He could still be, very much, but I think Kobus has sort of said, hey, I'm also here, by the way. So he's definitely...
And he did it. He was player of the match in that last game and said he's not done yet. He's not going to reflect on this moment in his career yet because he's not done yet.
And even better news, he has just signed, a couple of months ago, but he signed with the Stormers. So he's in Cape Town. And I know when they asked if there's any Joburg people in the house, nobody put their hands up. So he clearly is Western Province Stormers in the house, right? Would you all agree? Fantastic. Okay, we're going to shift focus very quickly.
Everyone's only going to cheer if he signs for Border in the Eastern Cape.
Oh, if he signs to the Eastern Cape, you'll all be very excited, wouldn't
There's
you?
no team at the moment, so sorry guys. I'll work on that.
The Border Bulldogs, that's the...
Do they exist?
I'm not so sure.
Do they?
Okay, I know we're short for time. We're going to quickly just touch on the women at the Cricket World Cup before we shift on to AFCON, and then that'll be the main focus for this afternoon. But cricket, our cricket expert in the house here is, of course, Tara Lee. Not the greatest result against the English, but certainly picked things up tenfold against New Zealand yesterday.
And that's really what you have to do, because even when you suffer defeat, and yes, it was a massive defeat by 10 wickets against the English ladies, but the English ladies are also favourites, very strong opposition. I obviously didn't enjoy seeing the collapse and being bowled out for 69, but they bounced back against New Zealand yesterday. Did a really good job. Who's watching the Women's Cricket World Cup, by the way? Because you guys are sitting silently. Why is there only one gentleman in this audience right now that's saying that he's watching the Women's Cricket World Cup? Our ladies are phenomenal. We have Tasman Brits, who really performed fantastically yesterday. She scored a century. We won by 6 wickets. We chased down a target of 232. Tasman Brits has a brilliant story. She scored her 7th century in 41 ODIs, the fastest woman to do that. So she is really fantastic right now and brilliant.
Come on, make some noise for that.
Yes. She's also, one of the few cricketers who actually made their debut for the Proteas after the age of 30. And she's just been performing ever since. And 5 of those 7 centuries came this year, 2025. I love that. Thank you, Morgan, for getting him to clap. But then there's also Nkululeko Malaba. Now, this World Cup is taking place in India. So if you look at the pitch, I'm sure you've been watching a lot of men's sport happening in India. There's IPL. There's a lot of other World Cups that you've seen. And the spin always has a lot to offer. So that's Nkululeko Malaba. She took 4 wickets yesterday. It's her second 4-for. So far in ODIs, but she's absolutely brilliant. But we can't discount our other bowlers as well. They've been bowling the right lengths. Masabata class yesterday as they restricted the New Zealand ladies, because the pitch that they were playing on yesterday, to keep them at 231, to bowl them out for that was actually brilliant, because that pitch was basically, I would say, a par score or a good score there would have been 280, and that would have been a tough task for our Protea ladies to chase down. But our batting lineup is so spectacular, and we talk about the openers, Laura Wolfart and Tasman Brits, but also we have Sune Loose coming in there at 3. Further down, there's Sinalo Jafta, also Annika Dirksen. She hasn't been playing these past 2 matches, but she is there in the squad. So very exciting stuff. So we have 1 loss, we have 1 brilliant win, and we play India on Thursday. So that's going to be a difficult one, a tough one at 11:30.
Yeah, just also on that, in terms of the Proteas women, we've never reached a final of an ODI World Cup, because most in cricket there's 3 formats,
yes.
50, 20 and Test cricket. Now, the 50 over format, we've actually gone to the semi-finals and lost to England after beating them in the group stages. So maybe the reverse is, because we lost to them in the group stages, we'll go all the way. So keep an eye on we're a dark horse, but as South Africans, we like being the underdog.
We've decided we're going to turn Bok Fridays into our ladies cricket team Fridays until the end of the Cricket World Cup. We've got to get behind our ladies. Okay, then very quickly, we are running out of time, I am aware. We're going to very quickly, of course, you saw AFCON is going to be on SABC 2 for the next couple of weeks. The play-by-play off-air online product is certainly going to cover a lot of AFCON and follow our Bafana side as they head to AFCON. Adrian, I'm going to throw this one at you. Fantastic to see us heading to AFCON for the first time in many years, and we go there with some real chance, don't we?
Well, look, this is our opportunity now. Obviously, we've been hearing a lot about what Bafana have been doing. They've sort of been re-inspiring a generation, sort of saying people, hey, we aren't actually a joke as a footballing nation. Obviously, we've come close. We had a recent success, finishing 3rd in the last AFCON. Heartbreaking, we lost to Nigeria, of all people. We had to lose to them. I didn't hear the end of it for a while, but there is good momentum sort of taking us there right now. So definitely, this is the time to shout for Bafana, and just obviously we're looking beyond that. We're looking to win that in December, and then 6 months after that, we're going to go to the World Cup, okay? We've been dealt a very big blow with this points deduction. Obviously, we can talk for hours about whose fault it is. Is it Safa? Is it the president? Blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that, okay? All we know is if we win our final 2 games of this group convincingly with a decent goal margin, we will qualify. We will automatically qualify to get into the World Cup. We're playing Zimbabwe on Friday. Everyone needs to be tuning in and backing Bafana to win that one. And look, even if for some reason we have to lose a match, there is still one last opportunity that we have to actually qualify for the World Cup. 4 of the best runner-ups in the CAF groups will enter sort of another knockout stage thing to get that final spot. So we don't want to get to that point. Obviously, we don't want to get there. We don't want to be classic Bafana where we have to rely on someone else losing, another team also beating someone else by 7 points. We don't want to do that. We want to win. We want to secure it. And look, we've seen what happens in this country if we win a Rugby World Cup. But we've done that before. Can I just say, if this country were to win the FIFA World Cup, we would need to pause all activity for a week. We would need to just stop what we're doing for a week as a country.
2
and
public
just
holidays.
100%. I'd 5. A whole week.
In April, where there's already 5.
So it needs to happen. I'm very delusional. As I said, I'm a Manchester United fan, so anything is possible. Okay? But if ever there was going to be a Bafana team that had the caliber to do this, Hugo Bruce is cooking something there with these boys. So we're very excited. Very experienced players. They allow Foster, players that are playing abroad as well. And showing,
we do. We have players playing in Norway, Portugal as well.
Players who are able to learn and bring back. I don't think it's a bad thing to have players leaving the country to go experience more. Obviously, we do see it for rugby, see it for many sports. So I'm excited, but again, I'm very delusional, so don't listen to what I have to say. Let's go, Bafana!
Bafana! Well, there you have it, folks. I mean, we can continue to go all afternoon.
No, I just want to say, I think we need a public holiday for every day of suffering since 2010 from Bafana.
So that's years.
So, we'll just take off a couple of years, recoup. Enjoy the moment.
This is also very true.
Just saying.
As I mentioned, we can go on afternoon. Is there any questions that you want to take? Is there anyone who's passionate about a personal opinion that they really want to share with us before we wrap things up? Yeah, please, fire away.
There's a mic over there.
Hi, how's it, guys? Firstly, Springboks. I think after Australia, I think it really showed that we have a big gap if Hanekom is injured and Jasper is not available. For Jasper coming in at 8. Because I actually think he made the difference coming in with these big wins because it allowed Sia and Peter Steff to play their roles on the wild outside channels. Also agree regarding Kobus. And one more thing about Bafana is let's hope the Benin and Nigeria game is a draw as well, just to make things a bit easier for us.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Do you want to pass comment on that, Rugby there? No, I think you're spot on. Jasper Wissam is a massive.
We missed him. Shouldn't get red carded next time, ne, Jasper? Watching you, Chom.
It is one place I think the Springboks do need to look at some more depth. It's probably at 8. I mean, Jean-Luc Dupree, hasn't he just been completely... His luck in the Springbok jersey is just...
But the amount of people that aren't even, even Roos is not in the mix at the moment. There's so much depth still that Rusty's not even just brought into the fold just yet. So, but we need a next Jasper.
Yeah, agreed. Any other questions? Yes, one in the front. Yeah, fire away. Microphone's coming your way now.
Thanks. I just wanted to address the delusional menu fan to say
I'm also United fan, so you got to be careful. Please be careful.
I just want to say I'm completely aligned with you because there's actually a direct correlation between a football club dominating continental football and them going all the way to win FIFA World Cup. I mean, we saw that with Bayern when they were dominating European football. We saw Germany winning the World Cup. We saw that with Barcelona dominating and then Spain going on to win the World Cup.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
So now, given that Mamelodi Sundowns is dominating the continental football, you just never know.
Yes, I agree. I like that. The Premiership is really healthy at the moment.
As a Pirates fan, I'm not going to pass comment on that. We see your comments, sir. We thank you for it. And we'll definitely keep it in mind.
Okay, well, there we go.
Who's the president of CAF again? Patrice Motsepe.
Oh, there's even more. All right, folks. Yeah, wait, one more question. We'll take one more question. Mpumi, actually, main guy from Good Up FM.
Hi, guys. Actually, it's not a question, but it's just a big up to the under-20s who just recently...
Amajita.
Yes, Amajita.
Yeah, sure.
Through to the round of 16 in the under-20 FIFA World Cup.
Amajita, really also flying the flag. So much sport for us to talk about. You see why we can't do a 15-minute show? It's really hard for us to try and keep it as short as possible. So catch it on, Thursday evening, 7 p.m. And then also every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. It's called Play by Play with myself, Morgan Newman. Please watch it. Share your comments. Leave some comments in the bottom on YouTube. Let us know what your thoughts are, what we can do better, what we can do more of. And as I mentioned already, I don't know what your problems are, but I certainly know that this may be one of your solutions. So thank you for listening to us, and we'll catch you guys again.